stream, I'm going to be continuing on with a little bit more of Tourist Bus Sim. Yesterday we got a first look, sort of like first impressions on this game, and yeah, I thought today I will just continue on from where we left off and see what we can do, see what money we can make at least. So let's close those. Let's turn the there we are. AC on. Turn the light on there. But yeah, I mean, my first impressions yesterday, you know, it wasn't all that bad, to be honest. I mean, I found a way to remove the force feedback completely. You know, you just literally load up any other game which uses a wheel and then load back into this one, and you know, it completely removes the force feedback. So if you're somebody that doesn't like the force feedback, there you are, there's the option. Alright, let's turn that off. Right, let's have a look. So we have that one. It is too early to start this task. Okay, let's have a look at some new orders then, shall we? Right, we'll take that one. Alright, I'll go to my calendar. Okay, so it's all the way down here, so let's skip ahead a little bit. No surprises that it's still dark. There we are. Alright, let's start the old party bus up. Indicators are still working. Yesterday I had a little bit of a problem with them not working, so but yeah, it feels good to be back on it today. Beautiful sunny day out there today. Bit warm. Just thought I'd get a few routes in, make a little bit of money, and kind of just go from there, really. I mean, straight out of the gate yesterday, you know, I was introduced to a little bug where the AI, the passengers at the bus stop weren't there when it told me to pick them up. Managed to obviously resolve that, but yeah, it definitely wasn't a good first impression for me. But so far, I'm pleasantly surprised now that I've got everything sort of worked out. Yeah, it's definitely a nice little game. Alright, let's have a look. Let's close that door. Thank you to everybody that's just joined the stream. Hopefully a little bit more concentration today. But it's not going to be a long stream this morning. Probably tie us into sort of mid-afternoon. Just see how we get on, really. I have to say though, using a steering wheel for this and then using a controller, it's like night and day. Definitely adds more to the feel of, you know, driving a bus anyway. Okay. That was obviously one that, the one before. But it's fine. It's fine. Just wish it wasn't so dark. At least the lights work on this one though. Yeah, I mean, overall, my first impressions, you know, this game is definitely definitely a lot better than what I expected it to be. And some of the key features which they have in the game, they work really well. Bearing in mind that, you know, they could do with a little bit of a polish, but other than that, you know, it seems to be working quite well for me at the moment. Got to keep an eye on that fuel gauge, make sure I don't run out of fuel along the way, but I'm pretty sure I'll be alright for a moment. Have to say as well, the AI are a little bit more behaved than what I'm used to, you know, so it's a pleasant experience being able to actually drive and have functioning, you know, AI vehicles that work the way that, you know, they're supposed to. You do get the occasional drunk here and there, but it's negligible in my opinion. You know, it doesn't happen as frequent as, you know, something like on the road. It's definitely a refreshing change. But they've definitely done a good job with that. See, look, he let me. He stopped. He just let me continue. So it's cool that they do that. Do you know what? I'm just curious as to see what it actually looks like filling these things up with fuel. So maybe in a sec we'll go and have a look. Back down at the airport. They've done a really good job with the atmosphere of this game, you know, the environment. It definitely gives you the, you know, the holiday, sort of like Benidorm, you know, Ibiza type vibe. And I think it's great. It definitely incorporates the holiday life, so to speak. Feel like I'm driving a little Venga bus, you know. Whoa, bit slidey there. Let's take a look a minute. Let's take a look at the this little home here. Okay, so I think I've bought a home for the employee that I have, or employees that I have anyway. Well, there doesn't seem to be anybody here, so I'm guessing we just continue on. I mean, it's good that they've incorporated the fact that, you know, maybe the bus stops, there aren't always going to be people there, and sometimes games like this, they just fill these things with NPCs, you know, passengers, just for the sake of giving you something to do. But it's nice to see that, you know, you could go to a bus stop and there'd be nobody there. As frustrating as some people may see that. guess it's part of the experience. But so far, this bus, I'm relatively impressed by it. Actually, it's not a bad little bus. We'll definitely have to go back to the office and see if we can change anything or upgrade anything. But other than that, you know, it's pretty solid. See, that's literally all it's about for me, you know, the AI, you know, it's I can't express enough how nice it is to be able to actually drive around on something without the AI constantly trying to ram you off the road. The passengers, you know, the delay between getting on and off the bus could do with a little bit of a tweak, but it still works. It just, you know, it can take a little bit of time. I don't know whether they've tried to maybe implement almost like a waiting at a stop sort of thing. You know, you get a couple of minutes before the bus like disembarks off the stop. Who knows? Who knows? But seeing them, you know, Houdini on you, just poof, you know, like vanish, and then all of a sudden you get an influx of like a load of other people, you know, just walk in. It's a bit weird. That whole side of it could do with a little bit of a tweak, I think. But so far the buses seem to drive fine. Wheel support could do with a little bit of love, but you know, I think they're very small, minute issues which, you know, over a course of a few updates, I'm sure will be relatively decent. It's definitely got a lot of potential, a lot of things going for it. And obviously the fact that you can use wheel support now, you know, it's really good. So far for the last 3 stops there's been nobody at them, so whether my game is bugging out or whether, you know, genuinely there's just nobody there, who knows? It's quite a nice, chilled out, relaxing game, to be honest. Just switch your brain off type of material. I mean, the braking distances of some of these buses, you know, that could obviously do with a little bit of a tweak. It's just a few quality of life things I think this game needs. But straight away you can already tell that they've put a little bit more time and effort into this one. I know it could be a little bit of a mixed bag because I know that some people are experiencing certain bugs that other people aren't, you know, so I don't really think I can comment on that based on the experience that I'm having. But you do find this with a lot of these PC ports, you know, to consoles, is that, you know, there's such a variety, there's such a mixed bag of emotion and, you know, problems and issues which people experience. But you got to look at it from a price perspective. You know, these aren't AAA games. They're not asking like 70-80 pound off of you. You know, they're very even though that they, you know, there may be bugs here and there, but you got to think £25 from a merchandise perspective. You know, buying trucking merch or, you know, bus merch or anything like that. You know, you're not going to be able to buy quite a lot of the stuff for 25 quid. So it's all about your perspective, really. You've got to kind of do your due diligence in a way. Look into these games before you buy them. Be aware that there are a few issues, there are a few bugs, and then, you know, you expect them, don't you? So when they do happen, you're not like completely dumbfounded and blown away that, you know, it's happening to you. See, that's really strange. So right there, I had no passengers to pick up, and I've noticed as well there's a flash in the mirror. It's like a strobe. I'm not too sure what that's all about. But we'll take this back to the office anyway. Take it back to the garage. Wasn't a bad little trip. Yeah, it's a shame that there was no passengers there, but more so to the point, I just wanted to jump in and have a little drive, really, and almost give a little bit of an opinion, an impression on how my experience is going so far. You know, it's definitely something which I expected to be a broken mess. I'll put my hands up to that. But from playing it, experiencing the buses, the way that they handle, the features that you can have in this game, you know, they're really, really cool. There's definitely a decent foundation here, and I hope that in future they you know, continue to build upon it. You know, the whole office and calendar, schedule, workers, all that stuff. It's definitely a nice touch, but like I said, over time, you know, it'll definitely be improved upon, and it'll just keep getting better and better and better. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. Just going to wrap it up. It was a short little video. I appreciate you all coming in and watching. Like I said, if you like this sort of content, like and subscribe, turn that bell notification on. But yeah, guys, I'll be on a little bit later on today. Going to be streaming a little bit more with this. So if it's something that you see and, you know, you like, make sure you stay tuned for that. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.